Hello there viewers, welcome back to another episode of the World Rotterdamnation. We have made a couple of sign-ins since the last episode. Actually, I think we've made one. It's a big sign-in. We had a lot of transfer budget left and available, and it is another Brazilian. Yes, let me introduce to you Lazaro. Now this man, I think, could be incredible for us. I know he has very good potential range because of the videos I've done previously on FM Scout, so I know what this guy can provide for us. I tried to sign him at the start of this whole series. However, Flamengo was so high up in the leagues, he never wanted to come to us, and that was when he had a really low release clause, or you could sign him at the start of the game as an approach to sign. Was not interested. So when we had that transfer budget available, I then went onto the transfer market, and because we had so much available, I did literally just put no restrictions. I just added who would be interested in a transfer, and this man's name came up. So we did the deal, and as you can see, he plays in a number of positions. I like him in this role as a shadow striker, I must admit, but I am playing him up top as well. So we have a few really good players now in these two positions. I've loaned out Ferry Sturras so that he can get first team football instead of on the bench. Now that Lazaro's here as well, he potentially get less game time, so I think that's a good idea, and I think this could be a really good signing for us. His mental attributes for the 20-year-old is unbelievable. We picked him up from Flamengo, the team he starts off with, at 40 million, and what I like about it is he's turned out to be that good without playing any games. We've already played 6 games so far. His highest total is 17. We're going to surpass that at this club easy. And that was 17 games where 13 of them were off the bench. So he hasn't played first team football, yet he is still looking unbelievable. So I really like him. He goes to the long list of Brazilians that we have at the side. And if I sort this by nationality now, look how many Brazilians we have here. A plot of 5 there. I think we do have a couple of youngsters as well. And that's 5 of our starting team as well. Let's not forget, we have our number 1 goalkeeper, Lazaro, who I just mentioned there, Renier, Kelvin, and Caio Jorge, all Brazilian, or in our first lineup. So since the last episode, of course, we have played some games and we have done rather well. That game, of course, was a 1-1 draw at the start of the season. I have played on a very long time. I want to make sure we get through this season, but I wanted to bring you a good game. So today we're coming up against Hertha Berlin in the Champions League. And so far in the Champions League, we're 2 for 2. A 3-1 victory and a 1-0 victory against Lazio and Sampdoria, the two Italian teams. Today we have the Germans in Hertha Berlin, who I think could give us a good game, to be fair, but I do fancy our chances. League form wise though, we've done very well all the way up until we come up against Grêmio. We lost 4-0, viewers. 4-0? They were bottom. They were actually bottom when we played against them, and I played a fairly good side and they still beat us 4-0. Unbelievable. Outside of that though, we've had some good wins in the FA Cup against Lyon, which I was quite proud of because, of course, as you see in the last episode, our board had big expectations for us. We beat Brighton 3-1, which is a good victory as well. Monaco, I was happy with that performance. A 3-1 victory. Lazaro and Caio Jorge getting on the score sheet. We've had a couple of goals from Antonio Governo as well, which has been good to see. Lesjak, all of our players, when given the opportunity, are scoring goals, and that makes me happy. But today, we do have Hertha Berlin. Let's look at the lineup. So with Kleber in the net, we have Bakker on the left with Mikalenko's injury. Armenian Sardella at centre-back with Kelvin on the right. Tonali, Hans Salen and Santarelli in the middle with Renier just in front. Caio Jorge and Lazaro leading the line. And this Hertha Berlin side looks very much like the Hertha Berlin side that does start at the season, the series side, but with a few added extras which actually make them quite scary. I think they're in the league above us. We'll check that later on. But with names like Mason Mount, that's a difficult side. That's a scary team. Matthias Cunha, Piatek, all very good players. Melagoni as well. This is going to be interesting. Tonali with a corner very early on. Sardella, and it's been put in, but I do think it's offside. That's annoying. That's frustrating. Lazaro is being called offside. And really, did he need to be? He stood on the line, viewers. Know the rules. Come on. A throw in now. Kelvin has banged it in. It's been cleared out. Tonali to Renier. Hans Salen. Kelvin. Pulls it back. He can't. Now, the reason why Kelvin's playing right back and Sardella's playing centre back is because Leo Leos and Armini had a bad game and have the dreaded dotted line as a partnership because of the 4-0 loss against Gremio. Sardella is actually quite a good centre back, so we're going to give him a chance there today, and he hasn't really done himself justice there as Hertha Berlin come very close and strike our crossbar. Right, from their corner, Hertha Berlin have still got the ball. Deep in their own half now. Both our strikers chasing it down, that's good. Kyle George is making a menace of himself, which is great to see. Can we win this ball back? Kelvin's dropped off and won it. Lovely, Sardella. And he's lost it. He is not having a good game at centre-back. Mason Mount has had 2 chances now to put Hertha Berlin 1-0 up, and he's missed both of them. Thank God. Goal kick to Hertha Berlin. Kelvin can get there, but Luca Netz is going to pick up the loose ball. Vasquez to Melagoni. Luca Baclo? I never had to pronounce that name before. Arias. Cunha's at the back post. It's hit the post. And Piatek has put it in. Oh, we can't clear our lines. Kleber hasn't done very well there. Sardella hasn't done very well there. And neither has Kelvin. Defending there is very poor. And I do think we are missing Jerry. I really do. It's sad. And Van Bourmoes, I think. By the looks of that type of goalkeeping, I think we're missing both of those players. Right, half-time then, and I'm a bit annoyed with how bad we are playing. But hopefully, with a good team talk, which seemed to have gone down well, thank you to the assistant, because I just pressed assistant, to be honest. I didn't really take much notice of it. We can come back and at least get a point in this game. I know it's away from home, but every game sort of counts in this Champions League. 5 teams in the group with only 2 go through this time. No Europa League to fall back on. So if you're out, you're out. And we can't afford to be out because our board are expecting big things and we're already disappointing them. We're 5th in the league, which I forgot to mention. And we are just qualifying for the FA Cup, so that's kind of fine. But we are expected to qualify through this group. And we have a difficult group. And somehow, Piatek has somehow turned that in. I mean, Piatek, I used him at the start of this series, at the start of this FM. In my beta save, I used Piatek and I got rid of him because he was dreadful. Did I get rid of him? I can't remember. What a goal that is. He never did that for me. But then, if you had a shot in the beta, it would never go in anyway because one-on-ones. Tonali now. Can we make dividends? Armini, I'm sorry. Is there a hole in the net? How has Kyle George missed that? That is dreadful. Right. He's coming off. He's coming off immediately. Antonio Governo, I mean, both those strikers are coming off. Antonio Governo and Lesjak, both coming on. The Brazilians coming off. I thought with our Brazilian triangle up top and a Brazilian up the right, we'd be able to do something decent here. But it doesn't quite look like that. Santarelli as well for... let's give Jallo leading off a game. I feel bad for him. I've really neglected him since I've let Santarelli be in the first team lineup. Come on, please. Can we get a couple of goals here late in the game? Well, it really doesn't look like it. As we go into the 90th minute and stoppage time, nothing changes. A 2-0 loss in the Champions Group. That's really shit. That's really bad. Sorry, excuse my language. I'm not happy. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Look fired up. Right, we have a game against Southampton. I'll see you for it. Well, so far this season, I think we've had a very underwhelming performance, and I think the board do too. A B- so far. They're not happy with a few of the things, and I'm gonna let's have a look at the club vision, to be fair, and have a look at my performance. They're kind of satisfied with bringing players through the youth system, kind of satisfied with playing attacking football. This really adds a new era to our football manager sort of aspect and what you really need to be paying attention to, and I think I've really neglected it in other saves because I haven't necessarily needed to think about it. However, in this save, I think I really will need to. I mean, we're on course to keeping the wage budget. That's good. But we really need to be thinking about this. Requirements of each one. And I think we're going to struggle. I really do think we're going to struggle to do this. But if we want to keep our job, that's what we need to do. Even though we've had back-to-back-to-back promotions, we really need to be focused on making sure we secure promotion and secure all of the cup qualifications that they want us to do. Anyway, I'm going to pick the side. So we're going again with Kleber in the net. Mykolenko is back, thank God. Armini and Leo Leos. We're going to have to see if we can get rid of this dotted line, hopefully in this game anyway. Sardella back on his preferred right back position, or right wing back position. Tonali in the deep line playmaker role with Salin and Maggiottini in front of him. We do have Locatelli, but he's been suspended for 3 games, unfortunately, from being sending off. Renier in front. We're going with Lesjak and Lazaro up top for this game. Kyle George drops down to the bench. Disappointed in that, man. I think that is the beauty, though. We've got a lot of backups which are decent and could fill in if necessary. Now, this Southampton side does have some very good players. Ferro, I almost signed myself. He neglected us and went to Southampton. So I really want to win this game. They are there or thereabouts in the league with us, and as you can see, they are sat 3rd right now, a position above us. So this is important that we manage to pick up some points and hopefully pick up a victory in this game and go back into the promotion area. Mykolenko now. Lesjak's there. Van Bournemouth, of course they got Van Bournemouth as well. Wow, so this could be tricky. They could be showing us what we're missing out on selling a goalkeeper who was potentially one of our best players last season. Højbjerg back to Ferro. Plays it across to Lihaj. He's got a man outside. There's Christensen. We've done well, but why are we committing 2 players to each player? That's annoying. We should be good. Look at that. They've torn us apart because of it, and Kleber thankfully makes an easy save. Alvarado now with a throw-in to Højbjerg. Hans Salin's won it, and he's managed to clear it to Lazaro's feet as well. He's done so well. Oh my God. Now Lazaro, in the games that we have played before, obviously the last episode, the last match that we just had there, he scored so many one-on-ones by taking it around the goalkeeper, and he doesn't even have that trait. So I'm actually curious about whether I should train that trait so that he does it more, or whether there's any need to do it because he already does it. I'm not sure. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. Now Sardella, can we create another opportunity here? Because we wouldn't carry on this long with the ball if not. Tonali. There's Mykolenko. Very wide overlap. Oh, it's been cleared. That's a poor highlight. Another opportunity for Southampton here. Maggiottini's done well. There's Lesjak. Play it over the top, maybe? No, it's been played back to Kleber, which I'm not quite sure why. Oh, my God. Armini back to Kleber. Don't do it again. Jesus Christ, learn from your mistakes, man. Leo Leos. Back to Kleber. Why are we risking it so much? Just play the short, simple ball. There we go. Plays it long immediately. We still got it though. Renier. There's the ball to Lesjak. Oh, it's off the post. And it's cleared. It's a golden opportunity. And it's unfortunate. We still are going to have another opportunity, it looks like, maybe, before half-time. Here we go. There's Lazaro. Over to Sardella. We've got men breaking into the box late. Lesjak back to Sardella. Is that not a penalty? Tonali. To Maggiottini, back to Tonali, Lazaro, Lesjak, plays it back to Sardella. Oh, Lazaro's hit the post again. And it's such good football, but we cannot break the deadlock. We've hit the woodwork twice. Oh, and a clear-cut opportunity as well. We go into half-time at 0-0. The more and more the series that we play out, the more important these games become now. And more important those chances are from being finished. Tonali, Lesjak is headed over again. Oh, damn it. I still don't know about our striker situation. Who's going to be my number one? Who, to be honest, all 3 of them so far have scored a lot of goals. And then Antonio stepped up, scored a lot of goals. Louis Montagnou's got 1. I just don't know. And it's 65 minutes already. This is normally when I make a change. I'm going to wait to the 75th minute. It is the 75th minute, but just as I was about to make a change, we do have a highlight. It's a throw-in to Southampton. Bertrand now is cleared it. Oh, we're all good. We're good for the time being. Metagana, he's going to keep it in. Back to Alvarado. Bertrand. Mykolenko's cleared it again. How can we break? Renier's picked up the loose ball. Over the top to Lesjak. He's beat the offside trap. He cannot beat Van Bournemouth though, who yet again, he has a brick wall in front of his goal somehow. 80th minute. I still haven't made a change. Let's do this right now. So I think, okay. Lesjak for Kyle George. Governo for Lazaro. Let's do that change again. Because our strikers just aren't scoring. We need someone to pick up some sort of momentum here. Then I think maybe Santarelli On for Hans Salin, who is struggling slightly. Get some legs in that midfield. Two creative players there, whereas Salin is more of like a ball winner. Can we do anything as we come to the end of this game? Here we go. There is a highlight. 89th minute we are sitting at. Mikolenko has the ball deep in our half. He's found Gaverno. Lovely touch to bring it down, the Scottishman. He's still got it as well. He pulls it back to Tonali. He's had a shot. He's had another shot. And again, it's hit the bar. I don't believe it, viewers. Are we seriously not going to score in this game? Tonali. Leo Leos is headed over. And that is going to be it. 94th minute. Or is it? Or is it? We have 10 seconds of the game left. Don't do this to us, game. Don't do this to us. Bertrand. That is game over. Oh, the drama. The 0-0. How? We have had 17 shots. We've hit the bar 4 times. The ball just did not want to go in against Van Bournemouth. And I love the bloke. Just like you do, I love the bloke. I'm gutted. I'm absolutely gutted we could not score, and I am disappointed. 4 strikers, all had opportunities, all had chances missed. It's disappointing. We now drop down to 6 with 16 points. I mean, we're still only 4 points behind top. This is by far not like having a bad season. We win that game, of course, we then sit in second place, so that's how tight it is at the top. But also, we're already 3 points away from being the bottom half. So, I think, like I said to you in a couple of episodes ago, this season is going to be very difficult. And the next couple of seasons are going to be like this. There's no more of us being the best team in the league. Unfortunately, as much as the league preview and our board seems to think that, these teams around us are hard to beat. Milan, Southampton, big clubs. And I think we can possibly still go on and win promotion. But it's going to be a very tough time. Especially when the cup games we need to be focusing on as well. So I think what I've done in the transfer market, I'm very happy with. I don't regret any of the signings or the sellings that I've made. Maybe I could have brought in a better centre back, but there was just not a lot around. Maybe I could have tried keeping hold of Jerry. I don't know. Maybe that is something that we will need to question at the end of the season and not halfway through. We need to focus now on the games in front of us and question that at the end. But anyway, I will bring you back for the Christmas period, and hopefully we can have a much better episode then. Well, not a better episode. It's probably been a good episode to watch, an entertaining one, but maybe a better result. And we'll also have a player spotlight, and I'll decide who that player spotlight is when I record it. But that is annoying. Unfortunately, guys, we could not pick up a victory in either of those games. But hey, I hope you still enjoyed it. If you did, please drop a like on the video. That would be fantastic. Your support now that I've left FM Scout means a lot more than what it did before. Trust me. And it still meant a lot before. But now I'm out on my own and I need your guys' support. So dropping likes on the video is absolutely fantastic. Comments as well. Everything like that bumps it up the YouTube algorithm. So things like that really do help me as a content creator, and I really appreciate it. If you also wish to support me as a content creator, now that I am no longer financially backed by FM Scout, you can do through the Patreon. There's tiers there, which is like $4, $6. Please, if you can afford it and you would like to, just take a look and see what you think. And if you think, yes, I deserve maybe $4, $6, maybe something more. We've got a couple of guys, the big guys, the Peter Salins, Landers, Jordan Bolland, Ryan Cassidy, and of course, my man Rami Azar at the top there, the $100 tier. Those guys there really help do what I do now on the daily basis, because if I wasn't getting paid by the Patreon, I would probably have to stop because financially it's not viable. But thanks to the Patreon, I can continue making new content. So if you would like for that to continue, you'd like for me to continue making content, and eventually maybe we can go full time, Patreon is definitely the best way of supporting me if you can't afford to. And I really cannot stress that enough. Don't do it if you can't afford to. I just, I really do appreciate your support, subscribing and all the ways of doing it for free, and just tuning in and watching the strips, the Twitch streams, the strips. Imagine if I did that. Wow, maybe I would get more viewers and money. Thank you everyone who does do all that supporting anyway, but if you can afford to and you would like to, then I really do appreciate it. It does help me carry on creating the content, as now I do not get paid as much as what I did before for doing this content. So I need to persuade the wife that this is still a viable job to do and take up a lot of the time now that I have a newborn baby and a full-time job. But anyway, I've been rambling on enough now. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next week for another one. On the weekend, there is a player spotlight. Do not miss it. It's a good one. I'll see you then. Bye-bye. Well, thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, there's another one below that I have picked for you to have a look at. Also, if you'd like to sponsor me as a content creator by pledging to my Patreon page, you can do just that by following the link below and be like one of these wonderful people. Thank you.